Howdy, Possum Patty and the entire Soggy Bottom bunch here. Everybody's all set for Halloween. Well, there's only a few more weeks left to the Sunday flea market. Yeah, it'll be closing down, before Thanksgiving. I know it's almost Halloween, but by Thanksgiving, depending on the weather, they'll be closing down for this season. So, yeah, first, Possum Patty is stocking up on those junk journal bargains from the flea market. Oh, this is a heavy one too. Yes, it is. So I do have a lot of straightening up I need to do in the room. So I figured I might as well show you what I got so I can throw everything into the pile of things that need to be put away. So come on along. Well, the very first thing that I want to show you is my new canvas bag. Yes, I just got this at the flea market. Usually I carry like a plain khaki green, army green sort of bag around with me at the flea market. It does have padded, shoulder straps, but, when I saw this, I was like, now is this Possum Patty or what? It is Laurel Burch. And my very favorite pair of socks ever were Laurel Burch cats, right? And it had sparkles on it and everything. Sparkle like this. Yes, look at this. When I saw this bag, I was like, oh, perfect flea market bag for Possum Patty. Look at the colors on here and the sparkle. And it even has these wooden beads. These painted wooden beads on here. Yes, look at that. There's another one. There it is. I'll show you these a little closer under the other camera. But these are amazing. And it's very strong and it's lined. And it's just wonderful. It's a little bit bigger than the bag that I was carrying around with me, which means I can get more stuff at the flea market, right? I love it. I love it. Well, when I got to James, he's the vendor that I like to get my junk journaling supplies, and he was like on one side of the flea market, and I got this way at the beginning of the flea market. And then when I got down to him, I said to him, I can't buy that much stuff today because I spent all my money buying a bag, a bigger bag, so that I can buy more stuff. He said, sounds like a personal problem. Yes, so I got this from a different vendor before I got to James. And I was like, oh, I love it. I love it. I want this as my flea market bag. So I said, how much? I was afraid because this is designer. This is Laurel Burch. And she said, $5. I was like, okay. Okay, I'll pay $5 for it. Yes, because I love it. I love it. And it's used, but it's in really, really good shape. And it's lined with, like a water resistant on the inside. And so I turned it inside out and I scrubbed the inside. I cleaned it all up. And then, yes, oh, I love it. It holds a lot of stuff. $5. Oh, I looked online, this is like vintage. Yeah, this is like vintage. I did not see one exactly like this, but I did see them bag with the same construction with, the padded shoulder straps and the beads and the drawstring and everything. There's a pocket on the inside. They were selling around, between $20 and $30 used. Between $20 and $30. Yeah, you can't get this new anymore, no. But between $20 and $30, and I paid $5. So I figured, well, that was my first good bargain of the day. Now, now I've got to empty it and show you everything that's in here. And there's a lot of goodies in here. Yep. So I'm going to take all this stuff out and I'm going to switch cameras and show you everything that I got. First, let me show you those beads. little critters, all trimmed in gold. Has her signature on the back, Laurel Burch. And then this wooden bead, I love this. Has the animals, the birds, the cat, the horse, all around, all trimmed in gold. Love it, love it. So that's the bag. Oh, and it's got a pocket on the inside and another tag. Oh, I didn't check it. Sometimes when you get a bag, right, they leave money inside. Nope, no money. No money. Okay. I still got a bargain anyway. I love that bag. Oh, it would have been great if I found that bag at the beginning of the flea market season, but that's okay. I'll be all set for next spring when flea market season and yard sale season start up again. I did find a couple of little golden books. Now this is Fire Engines, and this is, original was 49 cents, and it doesn't have a letter in the back to say what edition it was. I think maybe it'll say up here. 11th printing, 1976, from the original 1950 story. So this book is not really worth anything, and it is damaged, but October is, fire safety month, and Mr. Possum is a retired firefighter, and I wanted to do a page in my October journal about the firefighters, and I love the illustrations in here. So this book might be taken apart and used for illustrations, yes. I remember the story when I was little about the firefighters. Look at these great illustrations. I love them. Wow. Yeah, so I think I'll be taking this one apart and using the pages on the inside. Well, I might save the cover and use that for something later on. And then I got Bible stories. Now this is older because this one's 25 cents. Okay, the pages on this are very aged and probably a little dry and brittle. Oh, here's the letter. This is E, A, B, C, D, E. So it's the 5th printing. And it's 1953 copyright, but it's the 5th printing, so I don't know when it was printed. But the reason I got this one, Bible Stories, was I was going to use this as a travel journal for the sister trip to Lancaster to see the play Daniel at Sight and Sound Theater, but we didn't go because my sister got sick and Titi got sick and my other sister got sick. So yeah, because Daniel's the little Bible story and this was all little Bible stories. And I said, well, that'll be fun. So I'm not sure now what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to hang on to it because we might go next year and see Noah. I'm not sure. But I'll hang on to this and, use it for something. And then Puss in Boots. This is another one I remember from when I was little. And this one is first printing A. That makes it worth more money. So I probably will not take it apart, but I think I really do need to clean it up a little bit. And they all belong to the same kid. Oh, he got this in 1966. That's interesting. Puss in Boots. First printing. Copyright 1953. And it's a first printing, so I don't know. Puss in Boots. So the A's, the ones that have the A's in the back, I usually don't take apart because those are like the first editions. So those are my 3 new, very old little golden books. This one's definitely going to be left out and taken apart. And these are going to be put away for now. And then I found, oh, how much did I pay? I paid like $1 each. Yeah, that's like my price for little golden books is like $1. And then I saw this at one of the last vendors I went to over by where the car was parked. And it said, Tea Time Tales and Rhymes. This is the Metropolitan Museum of Art, MoMA. And isn't that pretty? And it's got these beautiful vintage illustrations and little poems in there. This is Kate Greenaway. Yes, I love Kate Greenaway. Her illustrations and a cup of tea. And look at the illustrations in here. I'm trying to get it not to reflect. It's a little shiny. More Kate Greenaway. Aren't these awesome? Well, you know, I have my Tea Tuesday journal, and it is the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. So this is definitely going in there. And probably those other things will too. Look at this. The cats are all having a tea party. Now this can go in the tea party book, or it can go into the Kitty Boho journal too. The cats have come to tea. Oh, look at the birds. Garden tea. So between the illustrations, a lot of Kate Greenaway, and the little poems and things, I'm like, oh, this is just perfect for my tea party. And this is, I don't know when this was printed, first edition, 2004. So this is 20 years old. It's the first edition. It's 20 years old. But I am going to take it apart. This is definitely coming apart to be journaled with. And I paid 25 cents for that. 25 cents for that. And I mentioned this in one of my videos. This black notebook paper to write on with the gel pens and stuff. As you can see, I opened it. It was a brand new pack. I opened it because I needed a piece to do some journaling the other day. Yeah, I'm now just getting around to hauling it, right? So what did I pay for this? I think I paid $1 for this. I paid $1, yeah. I should remember better what I paid for things. I don't always do that. No. And a lot of these came, you know, when I got to James, I buy things in big lots. Oh, now this was a bargain. I got this from one of the vendors, and it's those vintage sewing Susans. Look at the illustrations on here. This one's in really good shape. You know, I'm saving up stuff to make a vintage sewing journal, yeah. On my list of things to do, right? And I had seen these, you know, by different vendors. And there's 2 of those. This one's a little different. See, these have 50. And this is the 21 needle size. Mr. Possum said, be careful with those needles. They're all loose. That one's a little smaller. There's 2 of those. This one's a little discolored. That one's still bright white. Wow. And then there's one here that says more for less. Sewing Susan. Love that fox. And here's a really old one, but it's all bent up. Let me carefully open it. Fashion Quality Needle Book, 115 needles. Wow, this is very vintage. You can tell by the illustration here. It's made in Japan. Oh, gotta be careful of all these loose needles going everywhere. Stick them somewhere. Yeah, so when I go around, I see these at vendors, but, you know, some people want so much money for things, and they're like, oh, I want $5 for that. Oh, I want $3 for that. And like for one, right? And paper. I don't need that. Oh, more needles. And so I always don't want to buy them because that's a lot to pay for something you're going to use for like one piece of ephemera and a journal. Unless it's something very special, but I had bought a few in the past, but this was my biggest bargain ever. Look at that one. That was just so vintage. I don't know. Does that go in there? Probably. Maybe I can flatten that one out. Sew and stitch. This one looks like a more modern one. Needle assortment. And again, the needles are all loose and going everywhere. Oh, thank you for telling me there was one down there. Of course, I'm probably not putting them in the right place because they do have, you know, sizes and sharpness and all that stuff. But I can sort it out later. Sort it out later. Just don't want them going everywhere. And, oh, here's a needle. Can I put it in here? Sure. Well, I have a lifetime supply of needles. I'll never run out of needles. And I'll take most of the needles out when I use these for journaling. And I love this one because it's got a window. Coats and Clarks. You know this is vintage. 29 cents on sale at J.M. Fields for 24 cents. Embroidery darners, yarn darners, and betweens and sharps. 50 needles. Made in England. This one's made in England. Coats and Clarks. So I got that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got all 8 of these packs together in here for $1. I know, right? $1. You know, and other vendors were selling this for like $3 to $5. Crazy, crazy. But I got a whole pack for $1. Very happy about that. That was another bargain for the day. Let me go through this pile here. All this came from one place. And this I got for free. And it is Julie Nutting stamp, $7. And the lady had a few things, not a lot of crafting supplies at this one vendor, but a few little stamps and things. I said, well, how much for just this one stamp? She says, just go take it. I tell Mr. Possum, I said, somebody always gives me something for free. He said, I must look needy. So I got a beautiful Julie Nutting. Oh, there's the clock. Oh, Oreo o'clock already. Julie Nutting mixed media doll stamp for free. Original price $7. So you can see I'm doing really good at the flea market. And oh, let me show you these because they're big and I can move them. Now, one lady had some things laid out on a tarp with a big sign that said $3 each, 2 for $5, 2 for $5. And I said, is that like $3 or, and you know, like 2 for $5? And she says, oh no. She said, that whole bag counts as one and that counts as one. So you get both of these for $5. So, you know, do I have enough stamps? I have so many stamps, but these poor stamps, they needed a home, yes. They needed a home. I just could not leave them at the flea market, you know. I just like to take things that people aren't using anymore and bring them here to Soggy Bottom and see if I could use them. And if I can't use them, I'll just pass them on to somebody else. Ooh, be yourself. Nobody does it better with a crown. This is brand new from Michael's. I didn't look up the prices on some of these things, but I know these wooden stamps are expensive. So all this whole pile of stamps cost me $5, which is usually, you know, I don't pay more than that for the used stamps. This has to be cleaned up, but I love these little owls. This is used, of course. But then there's these little owls. And ooh, great for texture, mixed media. Somebody got this at the Goodwill for 99 cents. Only used one little corner of it. I haven't even looked through here yet. Oh, a Happy Mail stamp. There's like a dodo bird, and he's got a letter in his beak, and he's mailing it in the mailbox. It looks like there's snow all around. He's got a scarf on. See, $9.95. These things are ridiculous to buy brand new. $9.95. I paid $5 for all this stuff here. And here is a brand new, never used R. R for something. We'll figure that out later. Or I'll give it to somebody whose name begins with R, and here's an H. I have an R and an H, folks. And I have a brand new from Michael's Wonderful and a banner. Well, that's cute. I like the little banner looks. Brand new. And an N. Well, I have an H, an N, and an R. An H, an N, and an R. Not sure what I'll do with those, but yeah, they're always good for texture when you're doing mixed media. You can put some big letters in the background. Oh, and this is adorable. A moose. A moose. Let me put a sticker on the moose. Look at the little moose. Big moose and the little moose. Great impressions. Okay, this was $8.75. Somebody got it half price at $4.38. And of course I paid $2.50 for the whole bag. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got 10 stamps for $2.50. So it's 25 cents a stamp. 25 cents a stamp. Not bad, not bad, considering, like I showed you, the prices on these things are crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I might give some of those away. Oh, this was in there too, wasn't it? This says $11.90, and it's a cute little bear in a stocking for Christmas. This is used. I can't imagine spending $12 on one Christmas stamp. Then how often are you going to use that? You know, I'll spend 25 cents on one. I'm not going to spend $12. Okay. And I haven't even looked in the box either. I don't know what's in here. I love doing this with you. Everything is a surprise to me. A time to remember. That's good for journaling. Of course, a cat. Ooh, Halloween. I should put that out with the Halloween stuff. Oh, look at the cutest little mouse with the little baby mouse. Oh, this reminds me of Beatrix Potter. Oh, it is. It's Hunka Munka. Hunka Munka and baby. Hunka Munka. Now, this is definitely used. Probably still works okay. And a crazy snowman. I love it. A crazy snowman. Canadian Maple Collections. I don't know what that means. People in Canada can let me know. But it's crazy and I love it. And Merry Christmas. And Valentine's Hearts. Oh, I like that one. Oh, and a witch. Okay, so I've got Halloween. I've got Christmas. I got Valentine's. I got snow. And I don't know how Hunka Munka fits in there, but she does. And you always make me smile. Oh, I like that. $2 from Big Lots. I didn't know Big Lots sold stamps. Huh. Wow. Learn something new every day. And I didn't even know there was something at the bottom. What is this? Rub It, Scrub It pad for cleaning stamps. Oh. Well, that's interesting. When you rub it or scrub it, our foam back Rub It, Scrub It pad is the quickest, easiest, and safety way to clean your rubber stamps, no matter how deeply etched. Tough enough. Huh. I don't have one of these. I didn't know this was in there. Huh. I know I keep saying that. I'm sorry. We'll see about that. This must really be dried on. All right, we'll see what we can do with that. When I do some stamping, I really want to do some stamping and color them in with watercolors. Yeah, I got in the mood to do that the other day. I want to do some more. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the scrubbing pad is 10. Again, this is like 25 cents each. 25 cents each, right? For hours of fun. For hours of fun, you can't beat the price. I know, right? Great, great bargain so far. But there's still so much more to look at that I'm going to have to come back in another video and show you the rest. Y'all come back now, you hear? Bye-bye.